What's up, girlfriends, and welcome back to the channel. On today, your girl is going to be showing you how I make my sea moss homemade from scratch for the very first time. So if you want to see how I'm about to get my 92 minerals in my body, just keep on watching because we jumping right into it right now. All right, girlfriends. So for those who do not know me, my name is Ty the Natural. I'm your favorite global natural hair coach / empowerment coach. And on today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my sea moss from scratch. So we're going to be starting off with raw sea moss, and it looks like this. So this is golden sea moss, and this is a pound of sea moss. However, we're not going to use this whole thing because I do not want it to go to waste. So we are going to use maybe like a handful of it, and then we're going to turn that into our creamy and silky sea moss. So let's get into it. What you need first is a bowl. So you want to get a clear bowl. Then you want to get some water. I'm using distilled water. However, you can use spring water if you want. And then we're going to be also using limes. I just had these soaking with some vinegar and water. So I'm just gonna cut these and let these sit in the sea moss.
Okay, so now I am taking the sea moss and I'm just going to take like one handful and I'm just going to put it into the bowl. I know that it is going to expand once the water touches it, so I don't want to do too much. Okay, so I just wanted to highlight the sea moss real quick and show you how it looks while it is in the dry state. Really doesn't look like much, just looks like some twigs basically. But once I wash it and get it all cleaned up, it's going to expand. It's going to be crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to start to rinse off my sea moss with my distilled water, and I'm just going to start to slightly and aggressively submerge the sea moss into the water, back and forth, swishing it around to remove any particles, any dirt, or any sand that may be stuck on the sea moss, because we do not want that in our concoction when we get ready to blend. And I will be showing you the difference in the water from how it started to how it ended after cleansing the sea moss. Okay, and this is how the water looks after I rinsed it the first time, and I am going to rinse it a couple more times because it was not clean after the first rinse. So I rinsed it about 3 times total.
Okay, so now all my sea moss has been cleaned thoroughly. So now I'm going to place this in the bowl like this, and it's already starting to come to life, because at first it did not feel like this, it didn't look like this, it was like sticks. And since I've been rinsing it, it's starting to come to life like seaweed does in the water. And I'm glad this is all I made, because that little bit made all of this. So now I'm going to cut my limes.
And then I'm just going to start squeezing the fresh lime juice into the sea moss. And this is basically going to help alkaline the sea moss, and it's going to help remove that fishy smell that naturally comes from the sea. After you're done with the limes, you want to fill the bowl up with your distilled water or your spring water, never tap water or purified water. And you want to just make sure that you submerge all of the sea moss because it is going to expand. Once you're done, you want to cover it up with some plastic wrap really tight And then you're going to place this in the fridge. And this is how it looks once I get done. And you just want to allow this to sit in the fridge for about 24 to 48 hours. However, I am going to let mine sit for at least 48 hours. And this is how the sea moss looks after sitting for 24 hours. And this is how it looked before we even submerged it. Alright guys, so after 48 hours, this is what the sea moss is looking like. And as you can see, it is a really playful texture. It is so flexible. It is no longer stiff. And it is just like seaweed, as if it was in the ocean. I can't even lie. The texture is like so addicting. I cannot stop touching it. It feels so good. And I'm just going to start filling my blender up with the sea moss. And I'm just going to fill it up till I get to about the very top. Okay, next you want to add either your spring, alkaline, or distilled water. And you want to make sure that you do add enough water, because if you don't, it's not going to blend properly, which I had a hard time at the beginning, but then I figured out that I needed more liquid, and then I got it all nice and blended, which you'll see here in just a second. But you can either blend it for a shorter time or a longer time. The shorter time, I make it look like applesauce. Mine is like a mixture. I think it's more smoother than applesauce, but it does remind me of applesauce. I kind of want to say it reminds me of smooth baby food, because it was smooth. But the longer you blend it, the smoother it will get. And the more water you add, the looser the sea moss will be as well. After I was done blending everything, I was able to get 3 full mason jars. So make sure you do not overuse what you have, because you do not want it to go to waste. And if you did enjoy this content, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. And if you have not already, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. And I'm going to see you on the next one.